My twin and I were enemies until we saw our uncle leaving mom's house at 4 in the morning every night. I threw the first punch when we were 6 years old. Bruno broke my arm when we were 8. By the time we turned 15, our parents had spent more on hospital bills than on college savings. We were identical twins who couldn't stand breathing the same air. Mom used to joke that we came out fighting from the womb, that the doctor had to separate us before we killed each other. She stopped joking about it after Bruno threw me into a glass coffee table during Christmas dinner. That was the year we turned 17. The year everything changed, though we didn't know it yet. Our rivalry wasn't some cute sibling competition. It was genuine hatred, the kind that makes you wake up angry and fall asleep planning revenge. If I got a 10, Bruno would forge my homework so I'd get a 0. If he made the basketball team, I'd tell the coach about the pills in his locker. We sabotaged dates, destroyed property, spread rumors that ruined friendships. Our younger sister Julia learned to hide in her room when we were both home. Dad moved out when we were 14. He said he couldn't watch his sons destroy each other anymore. Mom stayed because someone had to, but I could see the exhaustion in her eyes every time she had to separate us. The night everything started, I was 19 years old and home after my first semester at university. Bruno had gone to community college across town specifically because I had chosen the university. We managed to avoid each other for 4 months, and coming home for winter break felt like entering a war zone. Mom picked me up at the bus station alone, which should have been my first clue. Something was wrong. She looked thinner, older, with dark circles that makeup couldn't hide. The drive home was silent except for the radio, and she kept checking her phone at every red light. Bruno was waiting at the driveway when we arrived, leaning against his truck with his arms crossed. He had let his hair grow and gotten a tattoo on his forearm, some kind of geometric pattern I couldn't make out from the car. We stared at each other through the windshield, and I saw the same cold hatred I had carried my whole life. Mom sighed and said she needed to go to the supermarket, which was obviously a lie to avoid being there when we inevitably started fighting. She left us standing 6 meters apart in the driveway. The December air, so cold our breath came out in clouds. Neither of us threw a punch. We just stood there staring, waiting for the other to make the first move until Julia opened the front door and yelled that dinner would be ready in an hour. The moment broke and Bruno walked past me into the house, his shoulder deliberately hitting mine hard enough to spin me slightly. I grabbed my suitcase and followed him inside, already planning how I would make his vacation miserable. The house felt different, smaller somehow, and there was a stale smell in the air, as if the windows hadn't been opened in weeks.